A very good afternoon to all of you. Now today we will be studying about the differentiability, in which the subtopic is about the product rule, quotient rule and the chain rule. Now the first thing that we should know before studying this differentiability is that any function of x will be represented in the form of f of x. Let us say, for example, if we have any function which says fx is equal to sine x. Now we clearly know that the value of this function is dependent on the value of x. Dependent on the value of x. It means if we are going to change the value of x here, definitely the value of the function is going to change. Now for this differentiability, we have to learn about three basic different rules, although we have already studied this in class 11th. The first is the product rule. The first is the product rule. Now when we talk of the product rule, we should know that there should be two functions of x. There has to be two functions of x. If it is one, we cannot apply this. For example, let us say I am taking the two functions as u and v. Remember, these two functions are the functions of x only, right? Now the formula will be first function into differentiation of second plus second function into differentiation of first. Now this is how we are going to apply the product rule. Dash represents that we have done the differentiation, or we can also write this in this manner. If we have differentiation or dy dx of u and v, it will be represented as first function into differentiation of second, that is dv by dx, plus second function into differentiation of first. It's one and the same thing, only the way of representation has changed, rest everything remains same. Now the second rule that we have to learn about is the quotient rule. The second rule is the quotient rule. The quotient rule, and this quotient rule says of that there are two functions, but the two functions are in this manner. We will write this as, the formula will be written as, we'll have in denominator the square of the second function. Next it will be v into u dash. It means second function into differentiation of first minus u into differentiation of v. Or we can also write this in another form, that is, if we have to find the d by dx of u by v, it can be written as the differentiation of the the square of the second function in denominator, that is v square. Now we have v into u dash, so therefore v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx. These are the two basic rules that we follow while studying differentiation. Let us box them out like this, better, and this one in red, let us say like this, better. Now another very important that we should always remember is that these two, u and v, have to be the function of x, right? We cannot say that let us say if I give an example for this, it will be, let us say, sine x into e to the power of x. Now these are two different functions of x, right? This is one function and this is another function. But if the question comes as let us say 30 e to the power of x, now at times what I have seen is many people take this as the first function and this as the second function. No, this is not the function of x, right? This is a constant value, so we are not going to consider this as the function of x. Another example, let us say if I have sine x into sine a. Now are these the two functions of x? No. Sine a will be treated as a constant because it is not a function of x. It is not a function of x. So therefore sine a will be treated as a constant, and then we will have the differentiation of sine x, and the answer can be easily found out. These are the few confusions, these are few things that one should remember while starting this particular chapter, that how you define a function, right? uh, um, in what way you are going to say that yes, this is a function of x and this particular part is not a function of x. So we have to remember this. Now another rule, and a very important rule, the third rule I'll say, that is the chain rule. This is the master rule, and it is applicable to almost each and every topic that we are going to study further. That is about the chain rule. Now for this chain rule, we have already studied that if we have a function of x, then its differentiation, that is d by dx of f dash of x, can also be written as f dash x. This is the simple way of representing any function and then its differential part. Now the point arises that we have, let us say for example, sine x square plus 8. Now let us say the function is given as f of x is given as in this manner. Now if we find this finds its derivative, we will have sine x. Now the differentiation of sine x will be cos x, so therefore cos x remain as it is. But the point is that this value is not just x, it is again a function of x. So according to this chain rule, what we are going to do is we are going to differentiate again what we have left out, that is the x square plus 8, and then it can be done as cos of x square plus 8 into the differentiation of this, it can be written as 2x. Answer would be 2x cos of x square plus 8. Remember, boys and girls, remember one thing, you have to identify where the chain rule is applicable, because this whole was not just x, it was a function of x. Now if this had been only x, then we would have stopped at cos of x, that is it. But x square plus 8 is again a function of x, so therefore we have to multiply with the differentiation, of the left out part, that is this value. I hope the topic is clear to you. For any problems, you can easily comment and you can easily share your problems. Thank you so much.